Hi, it's Neil Thomas here from Wedding Help NI. Our guest today is Natalie Press, and my lovely co-host today is Jenna from Genuine Moments.
Hello.
Natalie, welcome along to the podcast.
Thank
and
you.
Of course, the business is Wedding Portrait Artist NI, isn't that right?
Yeah. So I basically come and draw everybody's guests at their weddings, and I love it. I've been doing it for just over a year now, about a year and a bit, and I've been dying to get into the wedding world, so this is how I managed to get into it.
What made you want to get into it as well?
Well, my mummy makes wedding cakes. That's her business, and she's been doing it since I was like a young teenager. So we've always been in and out of venues, delivering cakes, dropping off cakes at all the wedding fairs, like with Chris over the years. And then the past like 3-4 years, we've been planning all my sister's weddings and my own. So I just wanted to get into it. I just love every aspect of it. But delivering the cakes, you are there and away. You don't get to see any of it. Yeah. So this way I get to see it all, and I just love it.
I think, but it gives you a good insight on the weddings as well. You know, even it is with the cakes and stuff.
Yeah.
And delivering, it still gives you that bit of an insight on it, rather than just going unblindsided and going, well, you know, I draw portraits and then trying to get into that industry, because that's such a...
It's such a big industry, and I think, you know, going to the wedding first with Mum, we would have got to know different wedding vendors. Like, I would have been going to the wedding help ones before I started doing it, and that's how I booked a lot of my vendors, you know, and that's how I met a lot of vendors. And so then I felt like coming into the wedding world, it wasn't completely new.
Yeah.
That I already did know people, and even, you know, bumping into people in weddings that, you know, online, or you've maybe met at wedding fairs before. But I know, I just love it. Like, everyone coming up to you is lifting a wee drawing that you've done for them. So it's always like really lovely interactions, and, you know, there's always great vibes on a wedding day. And yeah, it's just a happy day from start to finish. Like, I would never go home like with a headache, or go home, even if you're wrecked, you're on such a buzz. Like, it's been such a good day. So I just love it. And I love getting to see the different venues at every wedding and having a completely different experience.
Did you do like art in school, and that's what got you into art and
so
stuff this then?
Yeah, I studied art in school, and then I went on and did a maths degree, and I'm a maths teacher by day. So, but the past like 4 years or so, I started teaching art, a wee tiny bit of art in school, and from I was about like 15 or so, like I'm 31 now, so that's a long time now going, but I face paint. So I've been face painting at like kids' parties, nightclubs, body painting, like all that sort of thing since I was no age. And that's how that was always my creative outlet.
Yeah.
And then I had kids. I now have a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old, and I sort of like, I'm just not doing it as much, pulled away from it a wee bit, and I just wanted a creative outlet, and this sort of meshed everything. Like, we were, like I said, my family we were planning 3 weddings back to back. 2 of them have been and gone and were unreal, but we all loved like the wedding planning process. Like, me and my sisters, my mum have a wedding group chat just where we talk about wedding stuff. Yeah. Like a wedding inspo chat where we just like throw in ideas for, like, you know, like, and we've used it for the past load of years. So yeah, this was like my way to have a creative outlet but get into the wedding world.
So has the teaching helped you then control the wedding guests? Have you found have you found that that's something then that you're able to bring with adults with lots of
them skills? Crossover, like, okay, I'm blessed. The pupils I teach are so good. Like, so.
What was the age that you would have taught?
Secondary school. So I teach like 11 to 18-year-olds, all girls, and they're amazing. So, I suppose it probably does, but like weddings, I suppose it's a different vibe. Like the weddings, I'm very much like, it is me doing all the drawing myself, like, which is why it is good to get to know vendors, because it's not, you would think it could be a lonely job in that sense, but it's not, because like I get talking to the photographer and the videographer, and
it's such a big community. I think whenever you're out doing weddings, you know, everybody sort of gets on, everybody chats and stuff.
Yeah, and it's actually more of a community than you would ever think. So I just love the whole social aspect of it. It's just completely different than, you know, what my day job would be. But yeah, I just, you know, I want to get more and more into the wedding world. I love it. Just, you know, it's trying to think of it's trying to think of wee niche things,
Yeah.
you know, that are
Yeah.
that wee bit different.
Would you do loads of like kids photos? Like, would the kids ever ask you
Yes.
to paint something really strange or like?
No, well, some kids like get their wee, like a wee teddy or something on it, and then I've had some lovely wee kids at weddings that would come up, and I actually I was at a wedding recently in the Rabbit, and the bride and groom's daughter ended up sitting beside me and drawing her own wee portrait, and it was just lovely.
Oh,
Yeah, it was. She was a wee flower girl, and she drew her own wee portrait of her mummy and daddy, and it was just so lovely.
Aw.
So I love interacting with the kids. I have two very young kids myself, like so. I love seeing them at the weddings, and I love drawing them, and like you know them coming up and going. I think they love coming up and seeing the markers. I draw with markers, so they love coming up and seeing what I've got.
do you just take like a photo of them
Yeah.
and then you draw off the photo then?
Yeah, so like the way I sort of work it at the majority of weddings is if they are getting married on site, I like to land up before the ceremony and have my my setup sort of done in the drinks reception area, and then I always scoot out to the ceremony before all the guests go into the seats and take as many pictures as I can, and then while the ceremony's happening, I sort of get a head start. Because I love the guests coming up and you've already done a few people that they've recognised, and then usually do it the whole way through the drink reception. They just come up and get a photo, and I take their names and they scoot away off and mingle, and then I draw away, and sort of as I get into the swing of it, I usually draw faster and faster, and then like I've stayed as late as like the band already starting. Like I think I've stayed as late as about 10 o'clock at some weddings.
Right.
And I just bring my wee lights from a table when the lights sort of dim a wee bit. But yeah, it's sort of a way. It's sort of taken, like these wee drawings have taken off. Like there's loads of amazing people in wedding help doing it now, and
It's becoming more popular.
yeah, but I think it's becoming popular because like it doubles as your favours. It's personal to you as the bride and groom, but it's also personal to the guests. Like
Yeah.
see when you say after, like I would have guests guests would message me after and be like, you took a really lovely photo of me, my partner and my kids, and we didn't get a family photo that day, will you send it to me? Or I've just put that up in my fridge, or we just got that framed. Like
It's nice for them
it
to
is,
take
it's so
home.
lovely,
'cause-
and like it's not a favour anyone leaves behind. Like
I think with younger couples now get married as well, but it's probably more suited,
yeah,
you know, from what it was maybe 10 years ago and stuff.
yeah, 'cause
Where
the industry's changed.
it has.
drastically.
I think the society's changed, or people's
Yeah.
changed so much. You know, like young people now. These are younger than me. Let's I could say this.
Not by much, dear, sure it's not.
Not by much,
Not
but
by
enough.
much.
But it's changed. I think society's changed. Where younger people, even like if I'd be working on around universities and stuff doing shows, they're so, I don't know. There's just it's not the same society it was 10 or 15. So I can see where your business
Yeah.
or where
It fits into
that
it.
creative
Yeah.
sort of thing. There's a lot more creative. You know, that being creative. and
Yeah. Plus, I
saying
also
things
think like
that
whenever
too.
I was at weddings, you do always want to take something home. So I would have lifted like my name card.
Yeah.
Like, oh, there's
Yeah,
my
and
name
when you're like
card
me, I like wee
next to
mementos too. Like,
so
yeah,
a
you do keep
portrait
wee
of
things.
yourself or whoever you're doing it with, or a photo. I think that would be just so lovely to
No,
have.
so like the way I do it, where I have the couple's initials and their wedding date, like sort of low key at the bottom, so that it is a memento from that couple's wedding day. But sort of the main bit is actually the people's names that I'm drawing, so
Yeah.
that it is personal to them, you know. So like, I love doing it. Like,
Do you ever take like so say obviously I'm assuming when you're sitting there, you just take a photo of them standing in front of you. Do you ever take like dancing photos or anything like that, or
well, no, I haven't done that yet. Now, to be fair,
on the list?
I do. Okay, I like to take wee snippets and make some wee reels for the
Yeah.
couple the next day. Like I like to take like live photos sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, just so that you can see like interaction as opposed to just me taking a standstill photo, and then you can kind of create nice wee things after. But no, haven't actually done that yet. I like to do wee things like if there's a dog at a wedding, I like to do one with the couple and the dog,
Yeah.
or if the married couple have kids, I love to do one with their kids. And then even, you know, with most couples that book me, after the fact, I draw them like a bigger one if they have kids, or with their bouquet, or with their dogs, their pets or whatever. I like to do that after as well.
And how long does it take per photo, roughly? How long would it take?
So I've got it down to 6 to 7 minutes for a couple. But it depends what flow I'm in. Like that's sort of usually what I'm at. I've had weddings where I've got it. I can do it much faster. Like if I'm in a good a good flow and I'm just flying through them. But yeah, so like there's like I'd say there's some weddings I've drawn like 90 to 100 people.
Right.
If I've done the full day, but I sort of like the main package people book with me, I draw like 70 to 80 people on the day. And then some people want it longer, like because I know weddings are getting bigger, like
Yeah.
I guess.
It's a lot of energy too,
Yeah,
Shane,
no,
is
it
for
is.
you.
So some people do want more. So like I do things where I take extra pictures and draw them at home. And I usually do the ones I would do at home would be like immediate family, you know, because then it's very easy to get their pictures to them. But yeah, like there's loads of ways to do it. I sort of have, from the weddings I've done, I've sort of noticed that whatever number of guests you have, drawing half of them is plenty.
Yeah.
Like, you know, from like the interactions you get, like I sort of noticed like a wedding of like 120 to 160. My package where I draw about 80 people is like perfect. Like
I think
it's
that's
fine.
plenty too, because there is going to be guests at the weddings that
Yeah, and there's guests
aren't
of like
gonna be,
finding their
you know,
rooms. And there's guests that it's just like I don't know, maybe didn't notice I was there, but if I don't get enough interaction, I just float about and people are like, "Oh my god, that's amazing," you know. and
Show yourself and then
float about, take like 10 pictures, go back and draw them all. But it's the nicest bit is when they come back to get their picture. Or I actually love watching people come back, or even the bride and groom come back and see, like start recognizing everyone that you've drawn, going, "Oh my god, there's Uncle such and such."
When do you tell that couple who you've took a photo, like say you've took the photo now, when do they need to come back in and get the portrait?
I
'Cause
just
would
do them in
assume-
order that I take.
Yeah,
So
okay.
I just sort of say to them, "Look, I'm here for 4 or 5 hours, mingle about. If you're floating past
Enjoy
it,
the
it's done,
day
take
and
it."
come back, yeah.
So there's no like rushing it. And then if so I usually follow all the wedding guests onto the reception room and move my setup to kind of keep going with my main package. And I bring all the drawings that I've done obviously with me. And then by the time I go to leave at like, I suppose depends on the start time, like after the dinner or whatever, I sort of leave a wee display table of all the ones that are finished, or I hand them to the wedding couple. Sometimes the wedding couple don't get to see it all, like they don't get to see all that. So I always take a picture of them all. If I remember, I always take a picture of them all so the wedding couple can see them the next day.
Do you ever draw paintings of like candid photos, like the way you've said there, like you like to get wee snippets of live photos, say of them dancing? Do you ever take like a photo of a candid one and think that would be nice to paint, or is it just as it's set up?
Well, it depends. Like for instance, if I'm drawing a family and they have a wee baby and the baby's sleeping in the pram, I'm like, leave them. I'll just draw them in. Like, don't worry.
Okay.
It would be more like that. But it's very like chill. Like I'm literally just taking a quick photo on my phone of them standing right in front of the table. Like doesn't need to be set up in a sense, I suppose. It's literally just, I like to see what outfit you're wearing and what your hair looks like, and that's really it. Like I don't draw their faces in the wee portraits that I do. I draw their outfits and whatever way their hair's sitting, and like a wee banner with their names on it. So you do get some funny interactions of like guests going, "No, my eyes were closed, like I didn't smile properly in that one." I'm like, "It's okay, I don't draw your face, you're grand."
Really?
But yeah, and it's just to keep it's the style that I've sort of created that keeps me quick, but it looks the way I like it to look. So that's how I've got it down to like the 6-7 minute more.
But I suppose as well, you can do that intimate wedding as well. And I suppose I always think at an intimate wedding with them smaller numbers, everybody's part of the bridal party, and everybody's.
I know, and but it's lovely.
It's lovely too. Like, you know.
And I actually think it's nearly like intimate weddings have taken off, and then the huge weddings have taken off.
Yeah.
Like it's like people are really going one way or the other, aren't they? But the intimate weddings I do like a half-day package for them, and it works well because people can get more than one. So like, you know, you can draw like a bride with a mummy, or you can draw like you know, all the page boys and floor girls together, but then also with their parents, and you can draw the granny with, you know what I mean, you can draw like double up of everybody. Like you can do the bridesmaids all together, but also the bridesmaids with all the partners or whatever it is. So it works with that too. And again, it just takes, you don't necessarily need to do like favors for if you get something like this. So I've started doing like for those that maybe can't book me for the date if I'm unavailable, just started doing a drawing ahead of time of the couple, and on like a big like A1 sort of size frame with a mount for their guests to sign. So
That's nice, actually. Yeah.
actually, it was my sister that had suggested to me. She got married last year in Carlingford, and she asked me to do it for her wedding. Obviously, as bridesmaid, I'd seen her dress, and I knew what the groom was wearing. So, and we'd done her hair trial and so on. So I knew what her bouquet would look like. So I drew them ahead of time.
You were flat out taking pictures, just, you know.
So yeah, I drew them two ahead of time, and we got it framed. Obviously, no one was allowed to see it, and then I just put the mount outside the frame, and with a pen, and all the guests. That was her guest book. All the guests signed it. She has it framed in her house now. So I've started doing that for couples, and they literally, I just said to them, "Will you take a picture at one of your fittings? Take a picture of your hair trial. Tell me what your partner is wearing."
And then you just piece it all together.
And your bouquet inspo and draw it. And it's actually nice seeing after how close you managed to get it from
class.
And then they just have it set up on an easel on the day and the guests sign it. So I suppose it's like something different. It's not a guest book that'll go away in a cupboard.
No, that's right.
And I do get it sent after. Of like most recent bride, I was on holiday when she inquired, and I said I can do even though I'm away, I can still do the frame. You just get it picked up the week before.
Yeah.
And she sent me the pictures after, but all signed. I'm a class. So
brilliant. That's good that you still actually give them something even when you're not available for the
well,
day.
and then like between that and doing like nameplate settings are sort of the only thing you can do if you're not available for the day. But the guest book's a nice. Is something different, and if I'm working the wedding, I can come and set it up for them, or if I'm not, I can either set it up or they come collect it and get the venue to set it up. So it's just something different.
Do you have a couple of packages, or what is your packages for
so my main ones are I've got like a half day package where I draw like 35 to 40 people, good for like smaller weddings, or like I said, half your guests, so even up to like 70, 80 guests, that one sometimes works. And it depends on the layout of your day. Like if the hours just slot in where half day one works better, or if I'm only doing, so some weddings I'm only doing the evening, so the half day one works for that. And then my main one that most people sort of go for is my full day package, where I draw for about 5 hours. And like I said, I draw about 70 to 80 people in that. And then I do have one for those people that do have a bigger wedding that want everyone to get a drawn. And that is where I stay for probably more than 5 hours. I sort of end up staying longer at every wedding anyway. I can't tell myself. But I stay for sort of the standard amount, or as long as I can, as in like if the lights go down and it's just too dark, or like then I sort of take off. But I either take extra pictures while I'm there, or the wedding couple send me the pictures the next day.
Really good.
Not the next day, but like within the next wee while, and I draw like 50 odd people at home and just post it to them they always post them a slightly bigger drawing of the wedding couple anyway, so I just draw a load of extra ones.
How do you not have a cramp in your hand?
I really love it. Like
5 hours, I can't even write one sentence with my wrist being so sore.
And I would say at night, and I'm going, Stephen, put the kids to bed. I have a few drawings to do. I love it. I just take myself off my own.
But isn't that great that you love doing your job, which makes it easier?
It's very therapeutic though. Yeah, like it is. It's just something I've always been arty and always been enjoyed having something creative to do.
So if you had to paint any celebrity couple, who would you paint and why?
Who's in my head right now? Taylor Swift.
That's quite a good one.
They're just in my head with the album announced.
That's a fair one. Something was in my head saying Victoria and David Beckham.
Oh, right, okay.
I don't know why.
It's about old school, isn't it?
I know. Nice one, my age now.
That's I should have been doing that sort of thing.
No, Taylor Swift would be a good one, because then her songs are quite fitting to weddings too.
August,
I think. Yeah.
We're in August.
Yeah. Not that I know the lyrics, but yeah, that would be a very good one.
How have you found the Wedding Help platform?
Oh, yes. So the Wedding Help NI platform is great. Like, I use it like constantly, obviously trying to get bookings and put your name out there for advertising, but it's even good just getting, insight from different vendors, and like brides can use it for so much, like even just a basic question of, is there anyone got any ideas that I can add to my day to make it different from my family's weddings? There's so much info you can get from it, because it's very easy when you're in the wedding world, like we're at weddings all the time, that you do know that you can get a hypnotist, or you can get a content creator, or whatever it may be. But so many people don't know that all of that exists.
Yeah.
So there's just so many ways that it can be used for suppliers and for couples. So it's been brilliant. Like it's run so well. It's a nice community, and you know, people recommend, and other people, like, I love getting a notification when somebody's tagged you. You're like, oh, that's lovely. Like, and especially when previous couples are recommending you, it's a real compliment. Like, so it is. So
is that the best way to contact you, through like the Wedding
Wedding Health
page?
NI page? I'm on that website, and my Instagram is probably where I would be the most active. I'm probably slacking a wee bit and need to be on it a wee bit more. It is hard going, isn't it? Just keeping on top of it. But I take too many videos and too many pictures and don't post even a fraction.
Where can people find you on your Instagram?
Instagram, the Wedding Portrait Artist NI. And I'm on Facebook and on TikTok as well. So they're sort of the best place to find me. And then I have a wee link to a form to fill in if you want an inquiry about a price or availability. To be fair, if I know your date and venue, I can usually get you info straight away about availability, and guest numbers is a good thing to know as well. Sort of 3 things are the best way to get me that info, and I can get back to you ASAP.